should just do the hellos to everyone before before we start. Who do we have in the chat? Nahel, Mr. Brownbug is here, Mr. Fry is here, Heisenberg is here, Christopher is here, me and ADHD is here, Amster Cam is here. Fourth stream of the day. Yes, we have had Luxuries done live, French Bull's done his, we did the trading room, and now it's me. Is this weird, everyone, that I'm talking in the background over the introduction? Maybe we should make it a thing. Or maybe not. Maybe I should just wait for the 3-minute timer to end. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Oh, there's not even my face there. There we go. Now I'm there. All right, welcome everybody. Hello traders, the usual stuff. Everybody hit that like button and yeah, let's go. So, yes, I've done all the hellos to everyone. Hello to everyone else who has joined in since then. Mr. Crypto Killer is here. That's a interesting name. I'm a working man, Edwin, CK, everybody else that I have not had chance to say hi to. Anyway, yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good day again. So, I mean, every day is a good day when you're trading this asset in particular. It's quite nice. But, yeah, today's been particularly good. We managed to get a really, really good trade off of the lows. Like, probably, yeah, about as good as one could expect off of the lows earlier on. It was really nice. So very happy with that trade. I'll go over that one from earlier. And then up until that point, it had literally just been like shorting bounces because we were watching this during the New York trading room earlier on. So we did do the New York trading room today. For those of you who are in the crew, I know we had a very productive trading room again today. We were watching this as it was coming down, and for anyone who is maybe inexperienced and not entirely sure what they've got to be looking for on the charts, there were so many trappy moments throughout the day that we've had today that could have led people into getting some really bad long positions. And the fact that we were patient, it was kind of boring actually, to be honest. The first hour or so of the actual session itself, that initial balance that New York session put in was kind of dull, but then it really started to liven up just as we got to the end of when we were doing the trading room. And that's finally when we managed to get that trade from like the lows there. So 19763 was my entry. I know a few other guys, like a lot of people within the crew, sub 19800 longs that were taken, and we're now looking at a good 3% move to the upside off of this so far, and still just letting that trade run. So a really, 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 really good trade, and I'm going to go over that to begin with. So if we can get these likes up to at least 50. Okay, we got to get at least 50 likes, and then I'm going to cover what it was exactly that we were looking at when we came into those lows, and then we'll just get on with some other charting. I can also cover the trades from yesterday because I didn't do a live stream yesterday, or I haven't done an update so far this week, a public one. So I'll go over the trades from yesterday because, again, we managed to, like this, again, during the trading room, managed to get a short from, and this was all done live again with the crew, managed to get a short from here and then a long from here, and then we just continued this up. So really, like the 3 trades that we've had so far within actual trading rooms, on top of everything else, have been really good. So I'm going to start off with this one. So what we had earlier on today, we had the weekly VWAP there, which was one of the areas of confluence that we were looking at as we were coming into this area. Now, this was like the ultimate like confluence level as support. So if we're looking at this as like an ABCD, then for sure we can be looking at a move down from potentially where we are right now into this. This is a little bit higher time frame though, what we're looking at the moment, but we had that weekly VWAP there, and what we also had was just coming into this area of single prints from just this distribution type of phase that we'd gone through. So if you actually just draw a line from where you have the inefficiencies and the imbalances start, which is that wick down there, then this is giving you like the level. Okay, 17664.5 was kind of the cleanest level that you could find on the chart as, okay, there's your single prints. This is what we're looking at as a particular level. And that again is where I took my entry at 176.3.5. So actually just below that in order to get into this long position. So the confluence was there. Everything was there for a trade. And we actually had a nice one. I was able to get this one earlier on today as well, but this was just as a scalp. But as the main trade today, that was a good level. We were looking at that coming through, and then the actual entry into this, I'm not going to go into detail on this. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail because there's something very specific that is a strategy that one of our coaches, Luxury, has spent a lot of time in gathering the statistics for, making sure that it's a really good confirmation entry for everyone. But we had that confirmation down at the lows. I'm not going to go into the exact reasons of what that was because it again is not my place to say, but we did have some really good confirmation down at this low here, which was able to give us an entry within this wick, looking here on the 1 minute chart, and then another opportunity to get back in at again at that level. So really good trade, and then we just didn't go any lower. We had some liquidations down at the lows there, we had heavy negative delta, and we had a drop in open interest. So these are all things that you want to see when you're looking for that confirmation as to take a trade, and that there being the level, which was go over here all the way back to where was it that we were looking at again. That is the start. There you see imbalance. Okay, imbalance coming up. None of this had been traded through. Okay, none of this had been tested. So you come into this, into the single prints, and that is where you see price getting defended and eventually getting a, as we've seen, a 3% bounce. So very happy with that as a trade overall. The other one that I did take today, the only other long position, apart from just shorting with market structure, was off of previous day VWAP close. Okay, so there you go. So this is just a nice, simple entry. Okay, so you see the previous day VWAP close coming along here. This actually wasn't the previous day VWAP close. It was, yeah, it was. Yeah, it's cool. It was. I was wondering what these lines are. This is just splitting the sessions. Oh, I've moved this. Never mind. I can get rid of it now anyway. Yes, so you have previous day VWAP close that came in at that point, and that gave a bounce into VWAP. And then from then on, it was just, shorting these bounces as we were going along. So what we were looking at during the trading room again earlier was, whoops, every time you had a little bounce, so you have a move down, you have a bounce, 618. You come over here, you have a move down, you get a bounce, 618. You come down here, you come down, you get a bounce, and then for the first time we break through the 618, change market structure, and then off we go. So yeah, really, really happy. And again, this golden super level of confluence, well, not confluence, that golden pocket region that you have down at the lows was again what was supporting us when we had that move. Reach that first take profit target during the trading room, and then we've just seen this go crazy ever since. So after we got that break of market structure, which was here, I was actually looking for a retrace to take out these lows in order to compound that and go higher. But yeah, it just kind of ripped after that. So that's that. That'll do for this chart. What else? Anything else that we want to talk about? I'm not going to bore you actually with the trades we did yesterday, but those again who are in the crew, then you will already be well aware of the profit that was made during yesterday's trading room and today's trading room and everything in between. At the moment, that's all going very, very well. So let's have a look at the chat. We're only at 35 likes. I'm just gonna, if you don't get this up to 50, I'm gonna do it anyway. anyone that is here that is new to the channel, because if you don't like the video and you don't like the stream, I'll just start talking non-technical stuff and I'll start talking about other things. So yeah, let's get those likes up quickly. In the meantime, if you are new to the channel and you are new to the stream, please do go check out toroscrypto.com. Okay, so you can go check out our website. The link is at the top there. And I'm sure this will be posted in the chat by P or by another moderator. toroscrypto.com, and you can learn more about ourselves and the crew. So within the crew, we do daily live trading sessions. We're actually working on a new schedule at the moment to add in even more live trading sessions into our own schedule. We've got a ton of educational content in there covering everything from order flow, trading psychology, Elliott wave. We've got playbook strategies. We're going to be adding to that again very soon. These are very simple, straightforward trade setups that you can look to be taking on a daily basis, because we are looking at day trading. We are looking at trading multiple trades every single day, and this gives you multiple reasons to take trades that are all statistically backed up, proven to be profitable over a long period of time, and very, very good trades to be taking. Resources, we share our setups, we share our ideas every single day. We've got a great community. The majority of people within the chat right now are all part of that community. I hope that if you are not already part of the community, that you will be in the community soon, because we do have a great community there. We focus on low risk, high reward setups. We've got some great partnerships as well. Exocharts, for example, Bybit, PRIME XBT, where there are discounts and giveaways and all kinds of nice things. And of course, our wonderful moderators are always there to ask any trading related questions, any general related questions. And if you want any tips on how to make a really good pizza, then P is your man. So that's the crew. You can go check out the membership over there, and you can pay with crypto or any of this kind of stuff. And this gives you a bit more information on everything that is available there. So that is the website. And also, if you haven't done so, just go and have a look on the Twitter. It's Toros Crypto on Twitter. And you can also follow Toros Crypto Team, which is where you'll see all the general updates and everything throughout the week. We're above 50 likes, so I guess that's enough of that. So yeah, there we go. That's my duty done for this stream. I have seen that some of you, thank you very much, have visited the website. So if you haven't already visited the website and you have not done so before, make sure you do that, and it will make us all very happy, especially if you would like to join the crew. Cool. I'm going to go to, yeah, just general stuff. Does anyone want to cover anything in particular? Anything that is order flow related? Anything that you would like to see charted? P's in here in the chat giving like links, but no, no reason what the links are for. I guess the other thing that I should say just before I take the questions and things is, if any of you are looking to trade, and we do have offers on the trading, I'm not sure if the 100% off maker fee is still valid. Someone actually said that it might not be now, but we do have links to our Bybit and PRIME XBT where you can get discounts. All of that information is in the Discord itself if you go and join the Discord. Mr. Fry, give me a push to 20.6 then 21. 20.6 then 21. I would, yeah. It's interesting to see Mr. Fry is looking for higher. Normally you're looking for lower. The crypto shitters, please check where do you see the next short level. Yeah, okay, I'll look at that. Condi, EGLD, or CRO would be nice. Is CRO actually doing anything? I hate charting it. I might have a look at CRO, but yeah, not very nice. But yeah, I'll have a look at it very briefly. The next short level for myself, okay, I'm just going to give this out as a quick one. 20,750. 20,750 will be a good level. Again, we're looking at that as a region. It is a point of control. You've got an order block within there. The imbalances and, again, the inefficiencies on the chart start, as Mr. Fry has rightly said, around 20,600. But 2750, if we can get a move up towards that, maybe overnight, maybe tomorrow, maybe whenever. Then 20,000, yeah, 20,750 as a volume point of control from the day that we had a huge move down. So you go all the way back over here. And this was on the 13th of September. I'm sure many of you will remember that really, really great day, actually, 20th of September, where again, we shorted this exact high. And there is a stream. I did this on a live stream, shorted the exact high. This was on the New York Open, so this must have been on a Thursday, if I remember, or it was a CPI day or something. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I did an additional stream. But yeah, shorted that exact high, and then we watched all of this happen on the stream, and this is what created the POC from that day itself. So that's a good one. That is a good one. May Sound, do you like pie? Like cottage pie? Cottage pie is good. Cottage pie is good. Do you like, so always with cottage pie, do you prefer cottage pie or do you prefer shepherd's pie? And do you know what the difference between the two is? Non-British people, do you know the difference between a cottage pie and a shepherd's pie? I've got to go all the way back over here. Completely unrelated, but thank you for the question. May Sound. Mazy Sound. Maze Sound. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But yeah. So yeah, EGLD. I'll look at EGLD quickly. Let's go over here. I've cleaned up my charts a bit recently. EGLD. I want to go on to the Binance one because that's got more. And there's a funny line that this seems to still be following. So this is what we drew last month. Now, we were looking for this to break out of a descending wedge, to come back in, to get that change of market structure change of character, whatever you call it, depending on who you like and who you hate. Yeah, that change of market structure, pushing up towards the high of this wedge here. Now we are at the value area high of the current range, so this is a very, very good take profit level. I certainly would not be going long on EGLD at this point, but as of yet, I mean, I have not moved. I can promise everybody watching this, I have not adjusted this arrow since I drew it on the stream that I did on the 28th of September. So this has just completely perfectly followed my plan. I don't know if we're going to get that final push. I've already closed out of most of that trade itself. But overall, yes, EGLD is looking really good. And if it can hold above, if it can remain above $54, then I see no reason why one more push up towards 60 isn't doable on this. So not looking for shorts yet on here. If we can get a push up towards $60, that's when I would consider shorting it for sure. Some people in the chat have got it. Yes. So the difference between a shepherd's pie and a cottage pie is a shepherd's pie is lamb and a cottage pie is beef. I think I've got that the right way around. Or a vegan pie, Amsterdam. Try capelletti al ragu. Isn't that like a spaghetti with tomatoes? Not like a ragu's tomato, right? Yeah. One has taters, the other has mash. Nice. So yeah, actually, most people think a cottage pie is a shepherd's pie, because most people say that it's a shepherd's pie and they make it with beef, but that would actually be a cottage pie. Lots of people get that wrong, because if you're a shepherd, you shepherd sheep, right? You don't shepherd cows. That would be a sheep dog. No, I am not making sense. Why have I changed the subject to shepherd's pie? Okay, so this is something else. I do actually want to check on this. So CRO, I hate it. I hate it. I don't want to chart it. I don't want to trade it. But CRO, let's look at it. They've changed the name of this. It's like Cronies now, isn't it? Kronos. Why do they change the name? Why can't they just continue? Look, Crypto.com are sponsoring everything. And they got no money left, and I'm convinced they're going to go out of business. But you've kind of broken a downtrend and you're holding above it. I'd imagine your POC is probably above where it is right now. That's the wrong tool again. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to chart this. It looks like every other shitcoin out there. Like everything else. I will prefer to choose others. One that we did look at today was Chili's, because that again might have the whole World Cup narrative behind it. Nope, not that chart. Chili's. Yeah, there we go. So on Chili's, I'm looking for... See, this is a bit nicer. You've started to form an uptrend after a really, really long, drawn-out downtrend. Okay, so you have started to form this where you have that break of structure here. You start to form an uptrend. And for myself, I'm looking for a trade down here. So I would actually be looking on it for a trade on Chili's if it does come down to around 16 cents, 16.5 cents. I think Chili's would be a good one. So if we can go into the World Cup and we're looking at a move down into here, and then you have the World Cup in November and things start to really pick up in November, I don't think that's a good play overall. I don't think crypto is going to do a lot of stuff because of a World Cup. It's like you didn't get any pumps during the Super Bowl. You didn't get any pumps during the Euros last year. It's just... I don't know. I don't really know, but it's something, and I do think that the chart on Chili's is looking half decent for a bounce around there. Again, I don't know about Crypto.com. The other thing that you're going to be looking at, if you do that, is just the typical. Okay, so if this comes down, what the hell was that? If this comes down here, you're looking at this as being a head and shoulders, and people will be talking about that. Where you just have the head and shoulders pattern, then you're looking at a breakup from there. So yeah, be aware. $16.50 on Chili's. You've got confluence within that region, golden pocket, order block, weekly level, previous support, previous resistance, nice SR level overall. And even if you go back all the way over to here, it's very important. Okay, that is a poorly drawn line, but it is very important overall to the whole asset itself. So if there is a move down, that takes some people out of the market. You've got equal lows down here. Take them out, reverse it, and off we go. Would be nice. So I'm hoping for that. I'm going to draw a path on here because this is what's nice. I want to move up into here. Fine. Then we start to break down. When does the World Cup start? Let's just do this. You take out the lows. You have a bounce. You take out them once more. Break market structure, come in. And then you're looking at moon. There you go. There's a little path for everyone to start to follow and see if we get this one right, like we got EGLD right, and like we get other stuff right quite often. Already checked ETH. I haven't checked ETH. I haven't traded ETH for ages. It's boring. It's really boring. Really, really dull. Like, you just look at the ETH BTC pair, and yeah, it's just a range, and it's in the middle of the range. We were looking, yeah. I haven't traded ETH since it came up to the monthly level up at the top here, so I'm just allowing it to pull back. I think ETH's going to underperform for a good couple of months longer, probably. Not interested in it. My chart's really out of date. as a swing trade, you're in the right area. Again, you're in that right kind of region. I can't say region anymore, can I? We're in that right area for a swing trade because you are sitting there on important support. But I just don't see so much going on here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do need to give this a bit more of a look. It's lagging so much. When you compare it, I mean, everything looks terrible. Everything's barely moving, but it really is lagging. Yeah. Dieko, stock market, please. I'll have a look at the S&P 500, and I'll have a look at the Nasdaq, and I'll have a look at the DXY. Is that enough? So, what we had on this was, who remembers the red box from last week, where we were saying that it's very likely that we're going to get a move up into this? And we did, and we rejected. And then what did we do today? You come down, you take out some liquidity at the lows, and then you get a bounce. So potentially this is looking more like distribution at the moment because of where we are and the significance of the resistance that is above us, okay, is kind of big. So let's see if it can hold above here and flip that red back into green. The thing was, it was green. We were looking at this as support. It lost it. Now you've got to be looking at that as resistance. It has proven to, it's rejected once already. We'll see what it can do with this. I'd imagine we're looking at a bit more of a distribution here, and we're looking at this coming down and taking out some lows again. But it's hard to tell. I'm not that clear on what's going on with the S&P at the moment. On a day-to-day basis, it's okay, like catching trades within the day. But on the macro, I'm just not sure. I'm still sitting on the fence a little bit with this one because we're torn between, are we going to reclaim this and are we going to make a return to the highs? In which case, I think we're looking really bullish and we're looking really good. Or are we looking at this as just being this exact scenario that we were looking at last week again? Okay, where you come and take out the lows. And what have we seen so far? So this was the fractal that we're looking at, where we're basically looking at the S&P being here, I guess, at the moment. So you're looking at almost like a month long of just slow grind up distribution, putting in some kind of bear flag, and then it all falls apart. A lot of that's going to happen. Like, you've got to be really looking at the macro for that to understand whether this here is going to repeat itself. Okay, so whether we're looking at this just doing this for a month or so, and then the world just falls apart around November, going into the midterms, going into next year. We'll see. Or whether this is real and we start to threaten that trend line up at the highs again. It's a very similar situation with the Nasdaq, okay? So we've had good short opportunities on the Nasdaq. It's come down and it took lows. It's getting a bounce. You would expect that, but it's coming into resistance again here. So difficult overall to get a real read on this. I don't think we're not looking at like massive dump, but I'm fairly confident we're going to see lows taken again. So yeah, I guess that's that. The DXY, like, how often, so what was the level that I said last week again? People need to write notes on all the levels that I say. So write down the asset, write down the level that I say, or just screenshot it, because I never remember to screenshot this stuff. And then when I'm next on stream, you can be like, yeah, I took a trade from that level. It worked. Not that I'm being like bragging or anything, but 1110.3. It's been saying that for ages. 1110.3 there on the DXY. You had confluence. You had a nice order block. 4 hour. 4 hour? Yeah. Nice order block there. Golden pocket. Coming back in towards this trend line at the lows. Okay, we were looking at a pullback. The 1.618 is what stopped us. That's log, but that was what we were looking at when we were charting this, because we were looking at this happening over a long period of time. And because it's the DXY, it's percentages. It's an index that's its dominance over everything else. So to look at it on the log chart on DXY, because you're trading the balance rather than the price, just makes complete sense. So yeah, log 1.618. I can zoom out and I can just show you this. So this is from your high to your low. So your high in 2017 to your low in 2018, 1.618 exactly, and then pull back. And log chart, remember log chart DXY, really, really good, because it's not, you're not trading it on the price. So that's that. And again, you've come into resistance already on here, so you've had a decent bounce off of this. Do you trade sometimes off hold on. ETH looks like it was just listed on PancakeSwap. Yeah, it's about that much of a S coin. Can you explain what makes an MPOC so significant? An MPOC is simply the point in which you have the most volume on that day or that session. So it makes sense, okay? Like you can draw. Let's get on a clean chart here on Bitcoin. Let's put on the session volume profile. And you can see as you go in on these days, here for example, this is all the volume that's accumulated throughout that day. Okay, so there you go. Some nice, I don't really know what that looks like. But because that's seen more volume, you're going to have more traders in positions there, and it's likely to cause a reaction when you come into it. The same with the value area, okay? It's the area in which that has the majority of volume and the majority of transactions have taken place within that day. So it's always very important. It's always a significant level because it has proven to be significant before. And I think that's the important thing. Like, if you have a POC there, it has already been important. You've already had a fight at that level. You've had a battle. You've had real volume transacting at that exact level. So it's natural that if you come back into it, you're going to get a reaction again because it's already proven itself to be important. And that's the thing with trading. You just find the levels that prove themselves to be important. You find the confluence there, and a POC is a really good example of that. And the same with high volume nodes. Like you see volume in an area, and it's important. You see volume vertically. So as we came down into the lows earlier on today, you see volume picks up. Where's the low? Here? Here? Where is it? I can't find it. Here. You see volume picks up down at the lows. Sorry, this would be very, very tiny on your screen. You see volume pick up at the lows. It causes a reaction. Again, you see volume picks up. It ends up as a pivot. Volume picks up. It pivots. Volume picks up. It pivots. Volume picks up to the downside. Where does that line up with? Pivot. Volume picks up to the upside. Where does that line up with? Pivot. Every single movement in the chart is volume related. You will not get any kind of movement if you do not have volume. And that's why a POC is important, because it has the most volume. Hey. Are we in the bull trap or the bottom? I don't know. Do you sometimes... Okay, now I'm going to get to Joe's one. Sorry, I got distracted because there were questions above. Do you sometimes trade off the M1 alone? For example, you have a pivot with liquidity above it on the M1 and just wait for absorption or some other setup? Or do you like only trading higher time frame levels? No, I love the 1 minute. It's like, that's my bread and butter, basically. The lower the time frame, the better. Like earlier on, I took this trade off of a volume chart, and you were getting like 4 or 5 candles down at that low. I can't remember how I've got this set up. It is set up as that, so I'm going to change this onto a 20 million. Not 20 million, 3 million. Talking absolute stupid. And this is where we were looking at the long earlier. Okay, so this, you're really into the heartbeat of the market when you come down here. And this is what I'm looking at. And you can see here, huge volume at the lows. You got massive amounts of selling coming into the lows. And it just holds. It just holds. It's all being absorbed. Yeah? It's all being absorbed at that point. So you got 2.7 million short position down there at the lows. You got liquidations down there at the lows. And this is what I use. Like, low time frames are great. Really, really, really great. I always do my TA based off of the higher time frames. I'm looking a lot at the 4-hour chart. I'm looking a lot at the 30-minute time frame. I'm looking a lot at the 15-minute time frame. I of course look at the daily, but when I actually go to take a trade, it's, yeah, low time frames are massively important, and that's where you can really get those entries. Again, what we focus on is like no risk, basically. I want to find trades that have no risk attached to them. You just have that confirmation, and it's like the only risk you're taking is you might not win it, but you know the invalidation and you can just get out of that immediately. There's no guessing when it comes to the trades. So yeah, low time frames just help you get a really good entry. What do you think is going to happen this Friday with all the news? Not very much. It's only non-farm payroll. I've never really known non-farm payroll to create that much of a movement. I think CPI, fine. PPI, fine. FOMC, fine. Payroll, it kind of depends what data we get. I think people are so heightened to the economic stuff that everyone's expecting a move just because we have nothing else. We have nothing else this week at all. We've got FOMC next week, 12th and 13th of October. We're going to get a big move. Friday this week, it's a Friday. You're probably going to get some volume in anyway. Friday for the last 3 weeks has actually been like the highest volume day. So that might continue into this week because it's just a trend we're on. But I don't know. I don't know about payroll really creating that much of a movement. I've never known that to happen. I think people are a little bit sensitive at the moment to data because we've seen moves from it in the past. But I might be wrong. Mr. Fry, tomorrow's morning coffee is on me. Appreciate it all. Thank you very much for the £3, Mr. Fry. With the inflation we've got going on now, that's not going to buy me a very good coffee, but thank you very much. Brian, yes. Is there an indicator on TradingView that shows those fixed ranges you just showed us? Yes, indeed, there is. So I use the SVPR, session volume profile. Okay, so search on here for session volume profile. It is just a standard TradingView indicator. I don't use HD. The problem with HD, and I'll show you this, so if anyone's not aware of how you get on these POCs, you have session volume profile. What you can do when you do that is you can change the settings to suit you and to suit your trading style. I keep things fairly simple when I'm looking at TradingView. I keep things on 200 rows, but then if you want to match it up with Exo charts, then you can put the same tick size in and everything that you need to. So you've got good settings on there that you can use. Now, if we're looking at HD, which sounds like it would be better, right? Sounds better, HD, high definition. But the problem you have there is you don't have the settings. Okay, you can change your value area to 68, which is what I like to do, to remove a bit of the noise. You can do all of these stuff, extend the POCs, so you can get the naked POCs, you can extend the value areas, which is cool, and you can do all of that kind of stuff. But what happens when you start to zoom in is you'll find, am I going to see an example of this? Let's do it here. Watch, look at the POCs jumping around everywhere. So it changes the tick size and it adapts depending on how zoomed in or zoomed out your chart is. which isn't very helpful because you might look at it on one time frame and then suddenly you go over and you zoom out and your POC's moved. It's not helpful at all. It's stupid. I don't know why they do that. It's ridiculous. It's very silly. So don't use SVPHD. It's useless. It's garbage. Use one where you can actually set your tick size and you can just stick to it. In what case you set limit order and what do you wait for a reaction and market buy sell? When I'm scalping, it's generally market buying and selling, and that's why I look for a 0.5% minimum move. So I won't take a scalp trade unless I can realistically get a 0.5% move off of that. Otherwise, it's just pointless. Swing trades, I'll do limit orders on, and if we're in a trend, if we're trending and the trend is clear, then I'll be very, very happy to set limit orders, like wherever. Generally speaking, like going back to Chili's, for example, because you're in a trend here. Yeah, because you're in this uptrend on this currently, right? You've got this quite nicely, this kind of thing, because we may not, like, I can set alerts for sure. So I'll either set alerts and look at it, but often if I'm feeling really lazy, I'll just set some limit orders down here, and then I'll have that fill anyway in case I'm not home. So that, yeah, the more swing trades and higher time frame trades are, yeah. Whoops, dropped something. That's when I'll set limit orders. Yep. Mr. Fry, thank you. There we go. Now I can like afford a proper Starbucks with a $5. Couldn't really. I'd have to go like McDonald's McCafe with £3, but yeah, $5 will get me that. Thank you, Mr. Fry. Thank you. Previous day VWAP closes. TPO chart. Put your VWAP on there, or any VWAP on EXO, or you can use the trading view indicator that will show you it. So yeah, here you go. This on my EXO profile, market profile, TPO chart, just gives us the VWAP closes. So then you can just see them, and I label them every day for the crew. They're in the trading update. So even if you're part of the crew, even if you don't have this software, you'll be told every day where the previous day VWAP closes. So there we go. But on TradingView, I don't know. VWAP close. There. There you go. There's one. There's one that shows you the VWAP closes. And actually that is accurate. That's pretty good because that is showing you the right ones. So yeah, VWAP close by, I've never used this before. Talby. Oh, I have used this before. Yeah. Yeah, we have used this. VWAP close by Talby. Because that's actually, wait, is that Talby from the crew? I think we might have had this made for us. I've completely forgot. I can't remember anymore. Is that the one that we had made for us? Because we've got Talby in the crew. Is that Talby that's done it? I don't know. It wasn't a beer bottle top. It was the top of my water bottle lid. Jerome, luxury never sets limit orders. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. when we're talking about scalping and we're talking about high frequency, high paced trading, then you're not going to have time to do limit orders. I'm a bit of like, I feel like I'm old compared to some of you guys again that are here that are like really just smashing the order flow all the time. I feel a little bit old and I can't keep up with it sometimes. I'm fairly basic when it comes to the trading that I do. I've done it for quite a long time, I guess, and I'm a bit like, yeah, it's just very systematic. So often I might not say it because it's bad practice, but often I will just throw some limit orders at things just because I know they work. But yeah, not good practice. Not good practice. Bullish or bearish for October? October, yeah. Mr. Fry always answers everything. Yeah, bullish for October, and then we'll see what happens, because we're still following that idea that in November midterms everything can fall apart, and can be real carnage. But yeah, I think relief through October. Not necessarily bullish, but relief. I think would be good. And yes, PDEQ is previous day equilibrium, so it's your midpoint of the day. Okay, so that was the middle of yesterday's trading range, from your high up here to your low down here. That is the middle, so that's basically your 0.5 Fibonacci, even though it's not a Fibonacci. Yeah, Jerome, it's different strategies. Like sometimes I will just, yeah, I'll be very happy to to put limit orders onto things if I need to. Saves money for a start, and if you're confident in it, then it makes sense. But generally, I'm not one of those. I think this is the other thing as well. Like you hear a lot of people that say, oh, they'll always try and get in at limit, or they never take market entries because of the fees, making themselves look all like, oh, look at me with my massive trade size. I'm not like, I don't want to pay the fee on it. But if you're taking good trades, fees aren't going to matter. And fees are pretty low anyway, especially if you are trading with big size. So yeah, market orders are fine. I'm absolutely fine with market orders. I just do limit orders sometimes. Five-minute DXY. I'm not gonna look at the 5-minute DXY. Saying that as I'm just about to look at the 5-minute DXY, I'm not gonna have anything useful to say on it. So euro dollar is going to be pulling back. Okay, that's all it's going to be, because you're just looking at the inverse correlation between the two there. Yeah. Jerome, do you like to trade with the VWAP upper lower bands? Yes, I do. Does anyone remember what day it was that I did? I had a real long explanation about how I use the VWAP bands. I think it was last week. It might have been last week, Wednesday. I'll have a look at that. Because I basically went through the whole strategy on a live stream for how I use the VWAP bands. And there's no point me repeating that because I did quite a lot of detail into it. I don't remember exactly what stream it was. Maybe someone can find that for me quickly. Is there anyone available to have a look back? It was towards the end of a stream, and it was last week at some point. Have a little look. Have a little look through. Scroll through the thing and wait until you see a chart that looks like this and have a look. And I do a quite clear example. Maybe I need to extract that out and put it as a video, if that's useful for anyone. I can potentially put that as another video. Yeah, it was definitely last week. So check out the streams from last week. I think there was only 3 of them. And it was towards the end. 3/4 of the way through, maybe. Certainly wasn't on Friday. Thursday or Wednesday would have been. Was it last Friday? I just said it wasn't Friday. Damn, okay, maybe it was Friday. Maybe it was Friday. No, it can't have been last month's FOMC. Oh, I don't know. Anything else to chart? I'm going to chart something. Throw some stuff at me. Throw me some altcoins and things. Chuck me some alts to look at. XRP is going up. We said that it would do this earlier. EGLD, doing EGLD stuff. DOT, we're looking at a bit longer. ADA. Oh, who was it that posted about ADA earlier? ADA is looking potentially okay. Potentially okay. Not wedgy enough for me with this. ENS USDT. Mr. Brownbug, good night. Thank you for joining, as always. Oh, this looks cool. I just love that kind of structure. When I see that, it just makes me happy. Like, without even looking at the chart, it looks like, because so much of what we're seeing at the moment's here, right? You're looking at everything being in this phase of the market. It's like a little shoe. Just made a little shoe. Some football boots. Yeah, this is football boots. And then you got the football. And then what's going to happen on ENS is you're going to go bang, and then ENS is going to do this. Yeah, it's going to fly like someone kicking a football. Yeah. No, but seriously, it looks like this has come out of the phase that everything else is in right now. So you look at Bitcoin and you look at this range. I'm so fucking stupid. You look at this range that's here, right? And then you go back. ENS looks like this. So it's almost like into that next phase of the market. Technicals. I feel like I don't really need to do anything too technical on this, Roynet, because you're really, really great at charting. But I'm going to do it anyway because I like the look of it. Unlikely. That would be amazing though if it can come down there. I'm not bothered about that weekly level. The wick above's too much. Throw it on there. Daily. We're at it. Not the most valid daily in the world. You've already traded through it, but it's a good reference. You got one down here as well. Okay, that's populated some levels somewhat. You're looking at that monthly as being the main one. That's the key one. Because if you go back, you've got that as just decent support and resistance coming through. So that's important. You've come into that order block at the low, so you've already like mitigated that. The only thing that you would have below is, again, you've got inefficiencies down there, but I don't think that's too relevant. Holding above the POC. This is like with everything at the moment, because you've already come into the good trade, and you've not really got short opportunities unless you come higher. So like $20.50, 22 short, down $21.50 to $22 short is okay. Wow, I've just had a like brain freeze thing. Whoa. Does anyone get that? Where like suddenly you're I can't speak clearly anymore. I'm sure this has happened to me on stream before, where suddenly like you just go into like a haze, and it's almost like you have a dream that just flashes back. It's when I'm dehydrated that it happens. Whenever I get dehydrated, I go into like a phase, and it's almost like I have a daydream, and I just suddenly blank. Very odd. What were we talking about? I did this. No, I didn't do this. Did I? I don't even remember. Oh man, I hope I'm not like dying. Yeah, move up towards the monthly 20.5, 21.5. If it can get there, that would look pretty good. I don't see any reason like, yeah, you wouldn't long into this. The overall structure's there and it's right for this maybe moving up into here, pulling back, holding, and then going for another move, and then you're looking at this on a little bit more of a high time frame. So then you're looking at this kind of thing, like pulling back into here and doing that. But yeah, ENS overall as a structure looks like it's come out of like that first phase and starting to reaccumulate. What's the volume like? Settling. You want to see a bit more of a push in volume again here. My brain is just... That was so weird. I've never had that. Well, I don't know if I've had that during a stream. It's like I just went into like a daydream state, and now I can't remember what it was that was going on in my brain. It was like there was just a dream. If there are any doctors in the house or psychologists in the house, they can tell me what the hell is wrong with me. Oh man, weird. Me and ADHD, 24th of September, 54 minutes into the video for the VWAP, I think. Let me just check that to confirm. And then, for... Who was it that asked? If this is the one that I'm thinking of. Who asked about the VWAP? "29th of September. What day? How many days ago is that? 54 minutes in. Oh wow, I was completely wrong. So, yeah. You come down and you just give a better opportunity. So, for those who are a little bit more patient, the thing. So this is essentially like what we saw earlier, where you have two options. we're okay here. We're still okay. It might be that. Generally quite aggressive. Might be that. Yeah, check out that what it was from above. It might be that. I haven't looked at enough of it to say. Anyway, this looks ENS looks like it's getting a bit of a move up here, which is good. There was something. Oh, Raven. I want to check on this one because we took a trade on this. Do I want to show it? Am I in profit? First of all, before I make it public and show everybody, are we profitable in this trade? I will of course show it anyway, but this was one that was taken earlier on. Damn it, we're not in profit. Okay, never mind. I'll show it anyway. Raven is a very small trade. That's a nice little sweep of the lows down there. So we took this here. It got a good bounce up and has now swept the lows. We were just checking this out on, again, this is kind of a set and forget type of thing. I've already set my stop loss and take profit on here. This is good though because it gives you a high to take to change market structure. So everything's still looking all right. What we were saying earlier when we were looking at this long initially, okay, you don't really have a high. That's the high that took the low. And then what you do is some internal, just again, relief. Okay, you're looking at this as just internal movement, and then you come down and take the lows. So now we've just got to take this. We're still in the right area for this. So yeah, I'm like a tiny bit down. We got an entry in around here. It wasn't perfectly onto that daily. Got an entry in around there, and I'm just letting this ride for now. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, someone mentioned it on the trading room earlier, and again, we weren't in a position where you can short it because you've just taken out lows, and we were already coming down on Bitcoin, so we were looking for that long position. Yeah, we'll see how that one J1. Yeah, I definitely wasn't doing 2 or 3 at once. I meant I don't remember the weird dream-like state I entered into, which is strange. I was still talking, but my brain was doing something completely different. On another note, has anyone watched the Dharma series on Netflix? It's so creepy. But that guy, like the actor on it, is really, really good. So if anyone hasn't watched it, it's really good. If you can, yeah, if you can handle that kind of thing with some like absolute creepy weirdo doing really awful stuff, it's a good watch. I've watched it the last couple of evenings. And yeah, the guy that's acting in it is insane. Like how he's just got like everything, like his voice. I've watched some of the like interviews with the real guy, and like, yeah, it's really good acting. Off topic. I'm going to wrap things up in a second. I don't think there's anything else to look at. Do you have any book you recommend that helped you in trading or your mindset, or just really like? Honestly, no. I'm not a reader. I've never. Yeah, I can't. I've never been the kind of person that can just read a book. Like you can probably see. You can probably tell just by watching. Like I've got such a short attention span, like really, really short. And this is why often my charts, although I keep things very clean, I'm not organized. When you go into this, it's like that. So I generally like, I don't have the patience or the time to just really kind of methodical about stuff. So I've never been a big reader. I love taking in information on like anything I can. So what I've always done is, if I'm interested about something in particular, I'll want to learn like everything about that, but in the shortest time possible. And then I just kind of formulate my own theory as to why that is, kind of thing. So that's always what I've done with trading. Like, if I'm like, oh, why is this happening? I'll do some research and then I'll just figure it out myself by doing things. I've never really, I can't really say that I've read trading books that have helped massively. It's always like a seeing and doing kind of thing, learning. Kinesthetic learner, I learn by doing things. I just can't. I can read because I'm reading your comments right now. I can read, I just don't like it. I don't have the patience to absorb information in that way. And I should get into meditation, but again, I just don't have free time. I'm always working. I'm like always working for you guys. Always working, always trading. I hope you appreciate it. Anyway, on that note, this has been fun. It's been fun. I'm enjoying the streams at the moment. I'll be live again tomorrow. I think I will be with... I haven't confirmed this with him today, but I think live tomorrow with Jay Casper. I can't promise it because I haven't actually remembered to check, but I'm fairly certain it's in my diary, it's in his. So live tomorrow for the New York Open with Jason Casper on either this YouTube or his YouTube. Next week we do have a special guest that will be joining us on the stream. It will be more of a fundamentals kind of thing. And yeah, we'll be talking about QNT. So you've probably seen me, like, I wouldn't say shill this because I'm not being profitable by selling anything. Like, I've never received anything for doing this. I just think this is genuinely a really, really good project. And I think it's very exciting what they're doing in the whole space. So if anyone wants to learn, and this is from like a guy that knows everything about this, everything about QNT, he can explain it in far more detail than I can. I will be doing a video on this. It will be part of the altcoin portfolio challenge thing that I'm doing. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the research for, because every time I buy something it freaking pumps and it's already gone out of the level that I wanted to explain to it. So yeah, we'll be doing a stream on that next week. I will announce that again nearer the time. But yeah, I've got some low cap gems for you, don't you worry, and we'll be doing some stuff on that soon. So Simon, again, no financial advice. There is never any financial advice on here, but I've got some stuff that I like, and I think now is a good time to be looking at some potentially good projects for the next cycle, if we are going to get a next cycle, if we don't go into kind of November carnage that everyone kind of thinks we are. But anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Probably with Jason Casper, but if not, then I'll be live anyway. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow, and yeah, have a great evening, and thank you for joining again, even though I said that like 10 times. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.